What's going on? How's everybody doing? Doing. Yeah, you know. Started a little late. Sorry about that. Doing a Deadpool figure. What's going on? Welcome. Get everything set up here. Ooh, 3-episode premiere on Disney. Ooh. Of course, it's doing the leveling up right now, which will take a minute. Adjust the temperature. It's going to be about an 8.5 hour print. The flower last night came out pretty good, actually. Welcome in. It'll get started right now. It's just heating up. But the water lily came out real good yesterday. You guys will have to check out the final picture when everything's done here. Scooch the camera a little bit. Wow. Moving the camera over a little bit. Let's go right there. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm not trying to give anybody vertigo or anything. It's going to be a pretty solid print. There's not going to be much support at all. Reason why I'm doing this print is there's a ton of detail on it. Amfield, what's up, brother? How you doing, buddy? Welcome. Keep your eye. I'm working on some emojis for the members. Keep your eye out for that. And then maybe next week or the week after, we're going to be doing the first giveaway. But you're over there, so if you win the first giveaway, you'll be getting a gift card. And the odds are pretty good right now. So I saw your Temu video, by the way. Woody, what's up, brother? How you doing? Yeah, this thing's going to have a lot of detail. Steve, how you doing, Steve? Welcome in, buddy. Welcome to the channel. Oh, go-karts. Kinroad. Oh, Ninja. Nice. Checking out your channel, brother. Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Nice. Yeah, I got one filament printer. Well, I got two. But one that I run, the other one that's just a nightmare. It's always having to level and do all that stuff to calibrate. Well, that sucks, man. Yeah, but I got 3 resin printers as well. But resin printing is really kind of nice. That's cool, man. Well, welcome in. And good night, Woody. Thanks. Appreciate you, man. It's it's an Ender 5 Pro. It's been upgraded though. It's got the metal gears on the extruder and got a nice hot end, upgraded hot end with leveling stuff, and also has a Teflon or a tungsten tip. So, oh, nice, right on. Luke Duke, my brother, how you doing, man? Yeah, laser engravers are cool. I got a few different things I still got to set up. I got it. It's been about a month and a half, almost 2 months. Ah, yeah, I got a heat press for shirts that I still got to set up. That'll be my next project. But I want to upgrade my printer. I want to get a newer printer, something faster that's got the camera on the hot end as well too. Just little bells and whistles. Yeah, I don't have a vinyl cutter. I just have a heat press, but I haven't really checked it out. Yeah, it looks cool. I like Creality. As far as resin printers, I got the Halos and the what's the other one? The one before that, and I like them a lot. They're killer. They do what I need when it comes to the printing. But that's really kind of like doing video on a resin printer is really kind of nice. Yeah, air bamboos are pretty bitching. Yeah, no, all I've done is Creality. I had my intro printer that got me into it was, oh geez, what is the name of that thing? I can't even think of the name of the printer. I got it in a box. I'm going to give that away to a subscriber, um, or to a member. I'm going to give away my grief, and they can deal with working on leveling the bed all the time themselves and calibrating it. It's a Tron XY. I got it to review from a company, and it was cool. I mean, good introductory printer, and it works. It works well. I did a little bit of upgrades to it, but it's not self-leveling. Doesn't have the auto leveling stuff. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a headache. Good to learn on and realize you need to get another one. Yeah, dude, Tron XY, man. But this is, I mean, yeah, to speak fairly, um, it's an older printer. It's definitely, I want to say 3 years old. So it's, it's definitely outdated, but it works. It's just that I can't wait for somebody else to get it. That's cool. That's a lot of printing. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. But that's definitely a bigger printing platform as well, too. I wouldn't mind having a concrete printer, you know, print up my own 3D print my own house up. That'd be cool. Or even a chocolate printer. I wouldn't mind making myself a couple candy bars. Nice. Yeah, that's a big print. Most definitely. There we go. A little bit of hempcrete. Speaking of fog, it's like the fog is rolling in. 'Twas a dark and stony night. That's cool. Yeah, this is more of a hobby. I mean, I've done resin prints for a friend of mine's band, um, but that's pretty much as the furthest I've gone. Nice. Yeah, that's about as far as I've gotten as far as professional on doing it, if that's what you want to call it. I made hundreds of them, literally hundreds. Yeah, I hear you on that one. I guess if you're telling them, they're never really a secret at that point, huh? Welcome in, whoever else came in. Doing a Deadpool print today. It's going to have a lot of detail on it. That's why I'm doing this. Hey, JCT, how you doing? That thing came out pretty cool. I got all the supports up and stuff. I'll be showing a picture of it in a couple of days, like on Monday, with the other stuff that I print. This one's a Deadpool bust. It's like, but it's got him with his eyebrow up, and there's a lot of detail to it, so it's pretty freaking cool. And this should run almost the whole rest of the rollout. Nice. Hold on a second here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My daughter needed something. She was up. Yeah, that's a lot of work, dude. It's a lot of work. My daughter, I was printing stuff up and then priming it up, and my daughter and my wife were painting stuff. And like one of the dragons and stuff like that was selling for pretty good. But it was really detailed painting. So, or artwork at that point, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm far from that good. Yeah, this one has very little support. You'll be able to see it pretty much the whole print. Oh, I gotta mess with the temp here. Good old filament, temperamental. I'm learning. Yeah, that's actually coming out really good. Glass bed? No. No, it's just a regular magnetic bed. Yeah, I don't. This is a flexible bed. I just actually pop my print right off. Luch, my friend, he's got his as a glass bed. He likes his, but he hasn't used it for a long time either, I think. So I'm surprised this one's running so good still. It's not time for me to take it in to have it calibrated. It's been a while, and I've been running it a lot. But it's doing good. It's doing actually better. Yeah, the Tron XY that I had, that thing, or that I have, it prints real good. Real fine print, actually. But you got to level it first, like almost after every other print. And that's a pain in the butt. Yeah, I've had no issues with this magnetic bed, the flexible bed, because you just pull up the print and bend it a little bit, and it just comes right off. So, but on the Tron XY, I was taping the bed. Um, was the trick that I learned was just tape the bed and use hairspray. Can't remember who that was, but somebody told me use hairspray. It actually worked. So like Aquanet. Yeah, I've used Elmer's glue before too, like the clear stuff. That actually worked, but it was too messy. Yeah, like food safe PETG. Yeah, yep, yeah. With this hot end and the tungsten tip, I can do PETG real easy. But I prefer not to because I'm just doing quick. This is smoother with with PLA plus, and I like doing the silks too. I had some glow in the dark PETG, and that stuff was just giving me problems. I kept having to adjust the temperature, and it was too much or too little, and yeah, yeah. I kind of do it now myself. I like it for certain things. I think it's cool, but it can be a pain. I just get whatever on Amazon as long as it don't have a bad rating. You know, and also comes next day delivery. Nice. Yeah, for the most part, I like Geeetech. I like the Creality filament, of course, and what's the other? Sunlu. I like those for the most part. If I see something that's on sale or something, though, I might grab it, depending on the rating. Yeah, especially for the PLA Plus, it's pretty consistent. Nice. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, I've not tried sending a roll back that failed or complaining about a roll. But I have had, especially glow in the dark filament. I've always had issues with it. Although I did, I can't remember what brand that was, but I got a roll of some. It's blue glow in the dark, but it's white. You know, when it prints that stuff, I actually printed up Hot Wheel racks for 100 Hot Wheels, 100. Let me see, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 21 racks of 5 um, for a Hot Wheel display. Got put a whole bunch of Hot Wheels on my wall. I wanted to do more, but that was enough. It's a good size chunk of my garage wall. But it looks really cool. Especially when you turn off the lights at night and it's pitch black in here, you see the racks. Yeah, true that. Nice. You know, I can't remember. I think it's Creality has a 3D printer that runs on a conveyor that you can print infinite length. So like if you wanted to print 2x4s, you could print a 20-foot 2x4 and it just keeps printing. Yeah, it was pretty cool. They tried selling it from an appeal standpoint. I remember at first they had that Chinese lady wearing the wedgie shorts and the big old breastises trying to sell it. Yeah. Well, no, it prints on the on a conveyor, so it keeps. You can print infinite length. So, like I said, you could print a 2x4, and it would print a 2x4, literally 20-foot long, if that's what you wanted. You wanted a 50-foot one, it would print one and just keep running down the conveyor if you had the length for it to do. All right. Yeah, you'd need multiples if that's the case. Could you imagine building all the 2x6s, all the 2x4s, building trusses, everything for a house, and just where it all like either locks in together or run lags through it? Yeah, that would take forever. We've been printing my house for I don't know 5 years now. Now it's time to put it together. We got our three lifts of 2x4, 20-foot over there, 2x4, 10 over here, 2x6 over here. We got the shiplap over here. Now we just got to pour our foundation. And I think we're going to do that with rubber cement. Yeah, it does. And that's the thing too. Like if you're into printing, you know how as well as I do it, how mesmerizing it can get. That's kind of why I'm doing this print is because for some it could be the sound, you know, like a white noise sort of sound. That's cool. I made some shelf brackets, little stuff like that. I'm a baby. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. That's funny. That's cool, man. Nice. Um, I don't use any CAD. I actually don't know CAD. Believe it or not, I use just Thingiverse for the most part, and then with the figures I made for my buddy's band, I actually had a guy that I deal with out in Florida. Sent him all the pictures, and we had all that. Yeah, the only modifications I do is removing basically supports or putting supports in and sizing, stuff like that. I wish I was more talented with it, but you know, I just do a lot of Thingiverse prints. Oh, nice. That's cool. That's cool. Well, there you go, man. You ever get stuck in some builds and you need some help to make some stuff, you can farm me out. That's cool. Yeah, you got a big project you're doing, a whole bunch of stuff. Ah, I was gonna say you just sent me the STL, man. I I know I got a lot of hours on this one. I don't know how many, but I know I got a ton. And I've had this printer for about 2.5 years. Three, no, more than that, like 3 years at least. Nope. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. The guys that work on my printer, whenever I have issues with it, I take it to these guys that I found, and they always tell me, okay, this is how many hours it's been going on. And like one guy was like, wow, this thing's got a lot of hours on it. So, but they upgraded stuff. Like they put in that extra fan housing. You know, that's one of their designs. So works real good. It stays cool, man. Yeah, I'm sure it wouldn't be hard for me to find how many hours it's been running. I'm sure it's in the info. Be right back. I don't have too much. I'm gonna have to go in the house sooner or later. Yeah, that's what they deal with is that's what I have is Prusa slicer. That's what I use. But that those guys that work on the printer, that's their printer of choice is the Prusa. Give me a minute. Be right there. Whoa. That's funny. Yeah, we had a headache with that Tron XY, where the company said so easy, you know, you could put it together, all this stuff, and it wasn't. So we did a video on it, and we said, we don't know. Seems like a cool printer, but we don't know anything about it because we couldn't get it together. So I was going to send it to this company, these guys that I deal with right now, to put together, and they said they'd pay for it. And it was a can't remember what the number was on it, but it printed 8 by 8. Wasn't real big, but we couldn't get it together, so I ended up having to pay a company to do it. They said they would pay for it if I took down the video, and I said no, I'm not going to take down the video, and they still paid for it anyway. So I gave it a justifiably good review, but it's not a entry level printer for somebody, even somebody mechanically inclined. It was a pain in the butt to try and get together and calibrate and do all that different stuff. So as far as it being a printer, decent printer, yeah, it is, but there's a lot of work to keeping it going. Yep, exactly. And I've never been somebody, I don't believe in telling you something's good if it's not. You know what I mean? And it's not that the printer wasn't good, it's that it wasn't so easy a looch could do it, you know? So I honestly never had no, and I deal with the refurbished side of Creality, and I never had no problems, man. I've never had no problems at all with Creality. So, I've had good experience with the stuff. But I also don't go to Creality with my issues. I just took them over to another guy, and they work on mainly Prusas. They're a Prusa authorized Prusa service center. Yeah, no, my stuff's under warranty through those guys, like my hot end and stuff like that. I had it all upgraded through them, and they put all kinds of. I got some money into this one, so it's far from just factory now. And thermal breakdown's always been a nightmare of mine, especially it was with the Tron. I had worries about thermal breakdown. This one, not so much. Oh, that's cool of them. Ah, yeah, they went through and calibrated my slicer and everything for what this is all set up. So it's pretty fire and forget when it comes to installing the programs and stuff like that. It's all real basic stuff. Yeah, there's something that's called the something. I can't remember the brand name of it, but it's called something Ninja, and I've been looking at that one. It's supposed to be real fast and multiple color and all that stuff. And it's not too bad on the price. And you can get it with a camera on the hot end. Let me see if I can find it. I might still have it on my history. No, I don't have it still. Yeah, no, it feeds great, man. I've done figured out my clogging issues and all that stuff. Make sure I'm not clogging. I know how to flush it out real good if it does end up clogging. Um, and like I said, I got the metal gears on the feed, so not the brass ones. So it grabs good, feeds good. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool watching it. Yeah, there's always find something to print, you know. As you can see, it's even though that's just the stand, you can see it prints pretty darn smooth. Yeah, I don't think I have the patience for CAD, to be honest with you. Oh, I'm sure. Right on. Oh, nice. So is it regenerative as well, huh? Yeah, dude, never mind. I'm sorry. Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm going to drop down into the chat. I'll be in there. Wow, that's pretty cool. Made some wheels. That's trippy. Would you go and solid on the infill or? Wow, it's crazy. Yeah, solid infill. All right, I made some spacers, truck spacers, a couple times some risers, a couple times solid infill. I just didn't like the way they come out. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's what pretty much all this stuff I'm doing is making and giving it away. I started up a membership because you owe YouTube. Um, if you want to just give stuff to your subscribers only, YouTube won't let you do that, but you can give stuff away and do giveaways for your members. It's freaking ridiculous. I got bearings in bulk. That's funny. Yeah, but that's what I'm doing is just filling up a box, and then either next week or the week after, I'm going to give away a print, and then a couple weeks after that, give away like a little action camera and or a drone. So yeah, Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, but I got trolls that tend to make problems for me. I just got remonetized again, got my monetization taken away for a little while. And I ain't gonna go through it again. Oh, dude, I made some pretty cool push knives. And they're pretty solid. The ones that aren't usually a break, I go tap the crap out of them. Oh, right. Dang, you are old school, man. D-Life. Ah. Yeah, I almost lost my channel, too. But after the review, they let me keep that, but still demonetized me, and I had to basically have my wrist slapped for a little while. I was put on restriction. Yep, I got false flag for a lot of music. Stuff that I had permission to use. Still got flagged for it. Yeah. No, I'm where I got somebody running me through all that stuff, learning the chat GPT stuff and all that different. And Sunu. So I'm learning. Well, I don't try and get, anything out of hand when it comes to lyrics. Yeah, it really is. Really, really is. Right. So he's kind of like, John Connor, come with me if you want to live. Wow, wow. Oh, I'm sure. Nice. Ah, that sucks. That's good money. Yeah. Right. Do that. All right. All right. No, I don't. Never have. Heard about. Right. Man, it's all I can do is to keep this going. I stay pretty busy. I work for myself, so I think I've seen you before, and you know who Redbeard is? Redbeard's Garage. For some reason, that 500 Ninja cart popped out to me. I think I've seen that thing somewhere before. Or your name. I think that's where I've seen your name before. Yeah, I've actually, you know, the engine he got for the header trike, the first one, right? Um, but on that header trike he built, the first engine, you know, that had the bad clutch, he got that engine for me. He got both engines for me. That engine ended up having like some sort of clutch basket issue with the clutch. So I sent him another one, and then I have Little Red's engine from Little Red 2.0, the go kart that Willie. I have that engine for my Reaper trike. You might know our other name. We were Dorito and Lucha Cabri was our original name. All right on. I think I've seen the Steve's DIY project. Either that or maybe it's the cart because I have a Trailmaster myself. I think yours is a Hammerhead. Pretty much the same thing. And there's the other guy that had, I think it was a GSXR engine he put in his Trailmaster. But that was a red one. Right, right. Yeah, that thing was mean, dude. Oh, I agree. I prefer the Ninja over the Gixxer any day. Growing up, I had a few. Not growing up, but in my early, mid, and late 20s, I had a few Ninjas. Nice. Yeah, I love the 600R. Was one of my favorite bikes. ZX7 is my favorite, but I never owned one of those, man. Always wanted one. ZX7 or a ZX10. Right, I hear you. Yeah, that's kind of gnarly doing 100 plus in one of those carts for sure. But well, That's crazy, man. Jesus. Right. Yeah, that could have been gnarly. Well, I got to go do my rounds, make sure my dogs are up for the night, make sure the kids are in bed. I'm going to pop down in the chat. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you on that one. I sold Jesus. I had a Yerf dog cart that I put a modded predator in it. And when I sold it to the guy, I gave him a helmet and said, be careful you don't roll it. Because I almost actually rolled it. I was jamming down the road and I hit a rut and it put it sideways and bounced on two tires, two wheels, and to a stop. And yeah, that wasn't fun at all. Almost flipped it. That was on the pavement. That was probably I was slowing down as soon as it hit the rut, so I let off and hit the brake. So it's probably doing about 40. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Right on. Well, I'm going to pop down to the chat. I'll be responding in the chat here. Thanks for coming in, bro. I'll still be here in the chat, but typing. One thing about being a papa, to make sure those kids are